Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from Manchester United. Ruben Amorim suffers same transfer blow as Erik Ten Hag after club chief confirms deal. Manchester United are eyeing a number of signings after a miserable start to the season, but they could face serious competition for one of their major targets identified by Erik Ten Hag. Manchester United have been handed even more bad news in their pursuit of Bayern Munich star Alphonso Davies. The Red Devils have long been linked with a move for the defender, who has less than a year left on his deal. United had their eyes on him during the spell of their former boss Erik Ten Hag, who was sacked last month. United had scouted Davies on a number of occasions in the wake of the injury issues posed by both Luke Shaw and Terrell Malaysia. But they had seemingly admitted defeat in their pursuit of Davies during the closing days of the Dutchman's reign. Barcelona and Real Madrid had both expressed interest in the Canadian, pushing United to the back of the line. And there's since been even more bad news for the club on that front, with Bayern chief Christoph Freund expressing his optimism over Davies signing a new deal at the Allianz Arena. Speaking on Friday, he said, "The confidence is there. I'm positive about how much fun Fancy Davies is having at the moment. The style of play suits him, he feels comfortable in Munich. He plays a lot and very well. We hope that things will continue this way for a long time to come." Despite Freund's comments, Davies is still yet to confirm whether his future lies with Bayern. Speaking last month, he said, "As of now, my full focus is to stay healthy and to play the game with the club I'm with right now. I'm just focusing on staying healthy and helping my team win. My team make me feel valued. The whole Bayern community make me feel valued. I see that each and every day." And while a move for Davies looks slightly unlikely as it stands, the Red Devils' injury woes are easing. Interim boss Ruud van Nistelrooy has confirmed that Shaw has finally returned to training. The left-back has been sidelined for around 3 months. Speaking in his pre-match press conference ahead of Sunday's match against Leicester, Van Nistelrooy said, "Christian Eriksen played 30 minutes and Mason Mount also played in Thursday's win against PAOK. Man United's sporting director sold me for £1 million. Now I'm one of the best forwards in the world." The impending arrival of Ruben Amorim is the latest piece of reshuffling in Manchester United's football department over the past few months. The 39-year-old Portuguese coach will assume his duties as the Red Devils head coach on the 11th of November, having been chosen to replace the outgoing Erik Ten Hag. Amorim was selected by the newly assembled football operations team, which has taken shape throughout the calendar year, with notable appointments such as Omar Barada as CEO and Jason Wilcox as technical director. Another prominent figure is Dan Ashworth, who was headhunted after his impressive stints at both Brighton and Newcastle United. With Amorim's arrival, there is much speculation about whether any of his highly successful Sporting CP players might join him at Old Trafford. The outgoing Ten Hag frequently relied on familiar faces when recruiting, and one name that has captured attention is Swedish striker Viktor Gyökeres. Since his move to Portugal in 2023, the former Coventry City man has become one of Europe's most prolific finishers. If Gyökeres were to reunite with his former manager, it would mean Ashworth having to eat some humble pie. Given what he has gone on to achieve in the last couple of years, it may not come as a surprise to learn that Gyökeres got his first major opportunity in English football at Brighton. The seaside outfit has become a breeding ground for some of the most talented young players in world football to develop their craft before being sold for substantial profit. Moses Caicedo and Alexis Mac Allister are just 2 examples, with both players signed by Ashworth. Based on that, it's easy to imagine that Gyökeres followed a similar path, eventually outgrowing the Seagulls and being sold for a significant sum. However, given his current success, the fact that the opposite occurred is rather surprising. During his time at the Amex, the 26-year-old played just 8 games, scoring 1 goal, and didn't make a single Premier League appearance. This lack of goals and limited game time ultimately led to a lack of faith from Ashworth, who was the sporting director at the club at the time. In the end, a £1 million transfer to Coventry City was sanctioned, which is where the Swede began to fulfill his potential. Ruud van Nistelrooy makes admission on Manchester United's £100 million striker situation. Rasmus Højlund joined Man United for a fee rising to £72 million, and Joshua Zirkzee arrived a year later for £36.5 million. Ruud van Nistelrooy has stressed Manchester United need a proven goalscorer if they are to become a force again. United invested £108.5 million in strikers Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee in successive summer transfer windows, yet the former has managed 2 goals in 11 appearances this term and Zirkzee has 1 goal in 16 United games. In the Premier League, United have a -3 goal difference, having scraped 9 goals in 10 games. Under Van Nistelrooy's interim management, they have scored 8 goals in 3 matches. Former United manager Erik wanted to sign Harry Kane last year, but the United hierarchy refused to deal with Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy before Bayern Munich bought Kane. Sporting striker Viktor Gyökeres will be available for £63 million next summer, and the Sweden international has pillaged 23 goals in 15 games for the Portuguese champions this season. When Van Nistelrooy signed for United for a British record £19 million in 2001, Sir Alex Ferguson already had Dwight Yorke, Andy Cole, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Teddy Sheringham in the strikers department. Van Nistelrooy, scorer of 150 goals in 219 United games, all but admitted United currently lack a proven striker. Yeah, I agree that when you want to be a successful side in the Premier League and in Europe, and that is what the build is all about, you're going to need a certain amount of goals, Van Nistelrooy said. That is clear, that is the effects in football. And that's why the best teams in the world have those players. At the moment, we have players who get a certain amount of goals or assists, but, obviously, they are in an age where they still have to be developed, and there is the potential they will be, and the belief is there that they can. And that is this moment where we are. Marcus Rashford is the only United player who has broken the 30-goal barrier in a season since Robin van Persie did during Sir Alex Ferguson's final season in charge in 2012-13. Rashford broke the 20-goal barrier in the 2019-20 and 2020-21 campaigns, but then managed a meager 5 goals in 2021-22 and 8 goals in 2023-24. Højlund, a £72 million addition from Atalanta last year, has tallied 18 goals in 53 games. Transfer rumours, news, Sesko could depart Leipzig for €70 million. RB Leipzig make their stance on Benjamin Sesko regarding a possible move away, as Neymar appears poised to remain at Al Hilal. Join us for the latest transfer news, rumours, and gossip from around the globe. Trending rumours. Benjamin Sesko doesn't have a release clause in his RB Leipzig contract, but he does have a gentleman's agreement with the club over a potential exit next summer, Sky Sports Deutschland reports. The 21-year-old already has 7 goals this season and has recently been linked with several Premier League sides, including Manchester United and Chelsea. Though the German club are not contractually obliged to let Sesko depart next summer, there is said to be an understanding that he is free to leave if an interested club submits an offer worth €70 million to €75 million. Contrary to talk of a contract termination, Neymar is set to remain at Al Hilal until next summer, reports Florian Plettenberg. Reports have recently suggested that the Saudi club are preparing to cut his time short, but the Brazilian superstar is unaware of any such developments. The 32-year-old is currently sidelined for 6 to 8 weeks because of a muscle injury. But Plettenberg asserts Neymar's main goal remains to participate in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Manchester City are seriously interested in AC Milan midfielder Tijjani Reinders, reports Calciomercato. The Italian outlet also links Barcelona and Real Madrid with the player, who has turned plenty of heads this season with his performances in the UEFA Champions League. The 26-year-old is likely to cost more than €60 million next summer, having only joined Milan in 2023. Despite his current deal running until 2028, the Serie A club are in the process of negotiating a contract extension. Newcastle United are working on a deal to sign highly rated Sevilla centre-back Loic Bade, Football Insider reports. The report suggests that Bade has been identified as an alternative to Marc Guéhi, whom the Magpies unsuccessfully attempted to sign in the summer. The France international could be available for as little as £30 million, less than half of what Newcastle were prepared to spend on Guéhi back in August. Crucially, Sevilla are struggling financially and could be tempted to accept significant offers for Bade in an attempt to raise funds.